Pierre.
Welcome to the morning skate show with the hockey coach Guru Coach Francis directly from the raining storm, Florida State. And we have to go all the way to the West Coast to find Michael De Villano. Happy Friday, happy weekend. Happy hockey in NHL. Happy whatever you want to be happy. Be grateful and thankful. You have an amazing, great life.
Yeah, enjoy it while you can. Not a great life if you're a Detroit Red Wing fan or a Montreal Canadian fan this morning.
No, we are going to the wrong direction.
God, yeah, it's really fallen off a cliff for Detroit too. Although there's two players that are playing well, that's kind of it. So last night was interesting. We can say hi to everybody first, I guess. Michael Rubenstein's here early and already commenting extremely. He says, if Eichel gets the procedure he wants, now it's medically possible. Could get back late April. It's a disc replacement. It's a little scary. Good morning to Andrew Crone. He says, good morning, Coach and Hockey Nation. God bless you all. Michael, please replace Bergeron. Coach, please replace DD. Hey, you know what? I'm available.
Why not?
I don't think I could deal with Montreal, though. I don't know. It's a crazy hockey market. I mean, you got to give Bergeron a lot of credit for how long he's been there. And like last year, the success they had. And everybody underestimated him. So, I mean, it's not an easy job.
Yep.
Good morning to Kimberly Ina. And Canadian Giant is here this morning, Pierre. Our friend Antti Koivula. Good morning, Mr. Another Finnish person. But is he in Finland?
No, you live in Edmonton. Big fan of the Edmonton Oilers.
Well, they're playing very well, Pierre. They look like they made all the right moves in the offseason.
They are really the terror of the league.
Good. I'm excited. I've been waiting for a long time as a big Edmonton Oilers fan in the 80s. Ener Tap, our good friend, is here. He says, good morning, gentlemen and fellow friends in the chat. And we have a Finnish person who's in Finland, Pierre. It's Jarmo Virtanen.
Yep, exactly from Finland.
Our good friend Stop Motion Panda Studios is here. All right, so let's start with the 4-goal night of Patrice Bergeron.
It was the first time since 1996, March 29. You see two players score 4 goals in the same night by two different players, Mario Lemieux, in 1996. So long time. We talk about 25 years, Michael.
That's crazy.
That's crazy, right? So, and then it was the first time since Maurice Richard, 1957. You have a 3 goal out of 4 goals. The first 3 goals of the game by the same player, all 3 on power play.
It feels like we're watching a video game this year. I mean, I think it's so strange. Like the other night we saw 4 shutouts, and now we see 2 guys with 4 goals and a bunch of overtime games. Like the Matrix can't get its idea right. Like spread it out a little bit, Matrix. It's really crazy. Patrice Bergeron scored a natural hat trick all in the first period. Detroit going into the third, I think, had 10 shots on net, Pierre. I think they ended the game with under 20 shots. Yeah, they had 15 shots all game.
Yeah.
I mean, that is nuts. Now, it's really weird because Larkin is out, but I didn't think he was hurt. I thought they said it was for personal reasons. So I don't know what's going on with that. The one player that played really well, he got a puck in the face and it didn't seem to matter, but he scored a beautiful one-timer, I believe on the power play, was Lucas Raymond. Moritz Seider also. So now Raymond has 5 goals on the season, 10 points in 11 games. And then Seider got his 9th assist on that goal. So these guys they're clicking at least. We just need more of this. 9 points in 11 games for Seider. We know he was voted, I believe, Rookie of the Month, right? So but he said, I don't really care about that. I just want to win hockey games. We'd like you to win too. So I think the one astonishing thing to me is how bad the Detroit defense is. It's just really crazy. They just don't have any control. And I realize Boston's an excellent team, obviously, but this was a little rough.
Again, I think the problem there is not special team. They have too many penalty. You cannot go against Boston, one of the best team in power play. You cannot go on the penalty box against them, right? And then they give also a goal on short and dead.
That was brutal.
4 goal right there. If you play 5 versus 5, if you look about this, they have only 1 goal.
I was confused on this play. So Mike Riley, was he coming? How did he get up there? Because I thought it was a pass up the middle, and then he went to the net and scored. But maybe that
He's
was.
going to rush about this with the
He finished.
Lazar, and then he came back over there, and then he got it. But
I got it.
you know,
Was that a pass by Charlie McAvoy? I could have sworn it was McAvoy that started the play. Yeah, it was a crazy pass. I mean, he basically split Detroit. Detroit had no clue what the heck was going on. This was a disaster. We saw Todd Bertuzzi in last night, but no Detroit forward. Looks like they played over 16 minutes. So that was weird.
But again, he saw after the second period he would not have no chance, honestly, and he just started to turn around the 4 line. But they're missing Larkin at that moment. You cannot play with Vrana, Larkin, because you don't have enough depth behind that. So every time you're missing Bertuzzi, Larkin, or Jacob Vrana, you really hurt your team at some point. So that's really good. And again, like you said, I don't know what Lindstrom was not in the lineup. Also for Detroit, that's another big piece of the puzzle. I think he's hurt, but I'm not sure. But again, there's a wake-up call for the Boston Bruins because there was Bergeron, Marchand, and Pasternak. Where you don't see the name of Pasternak over there. Very quiet again yesterday. They didn't play for the last 3 games. Prior to those games, Michael, they have only 3 points. So they wake up yesterday against Detroit, where a lot of teams now take advantage for that team, and it's just you cannot play against Boston on power play all the time. That's simple.
No, you're just gonna get spanked, and that's what happened. So that was really disappointing. Another bad game for them. They're falling in the standings quite a bit. The coaches on the bench look like they're out to lunch. I mean, it's just like he's sitting there and shaking his head. You're like, you're the coach, man. Do something.
Yeah.
I just wonder if he's just punch drunk at this point and used to losing, and that's not good for this team. So I guess we'll see what happens. I think Steve Yzerman's going to be patient, and they probably don't care because, getting another top prospect is obviously what they need. I mean, they need Edmondson, and then they need a really top forward. I mean, they just need time because it's obvious the talent is just not overall there yet. All right, so this was an interesting game. We'll comment on Montreal after it. The Toronto Maple Leafs were down 1-0 pretty much the whole game. They get a really late goal, 19-18 in the third, by John Tavares to tie it up and push it into overtime. And then William Nylander finishes it off in overtime with assists from Matthews and Marner. I was pretty impressed overall by Toronto in this game because, this was a tight game, and they didn't panic. They kept playing, and they were against the best goalie in the league, and Jack Campbell held his own in that game.
Well, it was all about Jack Campbell yesterday. He showed again that's make another big problem for the Toronto for upcoming season. They have to pay him now. So, if Pete Marazek make $3.5 million, how you cannot give him at least 3.5? You need to get $4 million. Now, again, that's another credit card is going max again. So they have to figure out something over there. But again, I think the problem there yesterday was more about Victor Edmond. Just show he's not a Superman. He made 2 big mistakes, and that's make the Toronto win. Tavares score after the Edmond. I have no clue why he does not want to use the glass as a one-on-one hockey and just try to lob the puck over, and then Tavares stop the puck, and then they score, and then he got a penalty on the OT, and that's what happened over there. So. It's a team. Finally, Corey Perry got 1 point. Honestly, his first of the season after like 9 game, 10 game. I don't know how many they have. But Toronto hanging there, and they find a way to turn around and beat Tampa Bay. They got their 4-5 straight game now, so they are back where they are again. Matthews had no goal yesterday. That's after 2 goals. They have only 3 goals this season, and 9 games, I believe, 10 games. So. It'll be interesting to follow him, but it's getting a little bit more that that shows something. You look the scoreboard. Tavares, Marner, Matthews, Nylander, Matthews, Marner.
Yep,
that's who they are. And nothing else.
So there's not much else.
Team, if those 4 guys does not score, they don't participate to the score sheet, they are in trouble.
Yeah, I mean the good news is that gives them the top 2 lines. I mean, there's other guys that will contribute, just not consistently. If they could figure out a third line, this team would be really dangerous, but I just don't think there's enough money left.
But you have to play, look, 25 minutes, 24 minutes, 21, 21. That's rare. You see that.
For
Like,
sure. I mean, Spezza's
those
had a
four
good
players
start.
play as a defenseman right now. So they play almost at 2 line.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Like, they gave $2.5 million to Richie. He had 8 minutes yesterday. He has 0 goal this year.
He can't keep up, man. Like, it's so bad. The speed is like, this is, first of all, a pretty fast team. It's pretty evident he struggles with that speed. He's just a heavy footed guy. I like Bunting. Bunting's been a good acquisition. 6 points in 11 games, 3 goals. He goes to dirty areas, so that's positive. Jason Spezza's playing well. Cash is talented, and I just don't think he's consistent enough, though, to get points for them. So they got a real problem there. I don't know what they're going to do. I mean, you would think Kerfoot and that line would do something. He's got points, 5 points in 11 games.
Yeah, he's doing well.
Yeah, he's doing all right. So I mean, on paper, they should be okay. I mean, listen, I was impressed that they were down the whole game. They kept it close. Campbell played really well against the best goalie in the world, and they pulled it out. So I think they showed something. If they can win those types of games, that's what they need to do.
Yeah.
Because that's what a playoff game is going to be like.
It was a solid game to watch for sure.
Yeah. Yeah. So I think that was positive that I took away from that anyway. All right. We know the New York Islanders.
We have a lot of people in the chat, Michael. A lot of people. Yeah, breaking news now for Ottawa. So.
Yeah, I was going to say, play the breaking news sound.
Oh, I did not know. Somewhere. Go ahead.
A much anticipated move. I assume this is part of his original negotiations. Brady Tkachuk has been named the captain for the Ottawa Senators. This makes him a pretty young captain. Is he 21 now? Or is he 22?
Yeah, that's surprised, but not surprised he get it. They said when they signed the contract, he's going to wait 1 month before they announce him. Just the timing is not good.
They lost 5-1.
Well, it's because they lost a couple of games now back to back. Like they won only 1 game, the last 4 games. It's just like now they do this for just shaky the team? I don't know. It depends how you see that, right? But overall, I believe, congratulations for him. He well deserved, and he should be the one anyway. That team.
I agree.
So that's good news for them to see him to get it. Just a train struggle right now, a lot. And this came again with a goaltender situation over there. And the defense struggled a lot, Michael. Really hard for them at that moment. So congratulations for him. I think he's good to go. Valeo just said, I'm passing because I need to go. So Valeo, thanks for stopping by. I appreciate a lot about this. Kelly, welcome. Kelly, the Toronto Maple Leafs won yesterday. How many points Brent have this season? I believe he has 6 points, but I don't have it in front of me.
I was going to check that. Let's go back for a sec. Yeah, 4 goals, 2 assists, 6 points. So it's not the end of the world, but they definitely need more from him.
But again, this guy works when Kucherov is there. Look his point last season at 48 points in 56 games. He was alone, right? Now he go with Kucherov. He was 30 points, 28 points, 14 goals on the playoff. So he's a duo. That's what he is. So you can see it's not Palat. He will score. So he played with Perry. It does not work. So that's what happened. And that's what he did. So that's what Brendan Point. And I'm not sure 9.5 is a lot of money for him. You have to be at 1 point at 9.5, Michael. You have to work at 1 point per game.
Yeah, I think you're right. I mean, he definitely needs to pick it up a little bit. It's tough when he doesn't have his line mates and he can't produce. Although it means he's got 3 points in the last 5 games, so it's not horrible, but 2 goals. So I think the assists are out the window. Like there's no one to get the puck to, it seems like. It's kind of weird. Obviously, when you're with Kucherov, he's such a high volume shooter and he can really pass, like makes the right play. Stamkos had a good start. So 12 points.
Have a great year.
Yeah, so good for them. Well. But yeah, for sure, he needs someone a little higher end to play with right now. That's interesting. Is Matthew Joseph doing much? Not much. Yeah, interesting. All right, we do have a lot of comments. let's see. Morning to Kelly, you mentioned Hedman gave the Leafs the win. He gave up the puck with 40 seconds left and then gets the penalty. So we talked about that.
Yep.
Kelly, I love talking, but I am no Nylander fan. I'm not a big fan of this guy. He's so talented, Pierre, and he has scored some key goals for them. Without the puck, it's scary. Like
he's reaching he's played well now. He really find he's who he is really. He showed during the playoff last season. He was the most better scorer for them, and now he have already 5 goals, the most in the Toronto Maple Leafs at that moment. So 9.11. He played with second line, first line depends, but I have no problem with him about that one over there. He's a sniper. He can score anywhere, anyhow. Every time that. But for me, the heart of that team is John Tavares. He's just amazing what John Tavares does for that team.
Good. Honestly. Yeah, he's done it a couple times now, right? Since he spoke out, he said, I need to be captain consistency, and he's come up when they need him. So I think that is a positive sign. He's the captain, and he needs to play that way. Yep. So you're right. I would agree with you on that. Well, we know that Brady Tkachuk got the captaincy, but last night was a little bit rough. The Vegas Golden Knights had the big news that they're getting Jack Eichel, and they spanked the Senators last night. No Mark Stone, no Pacioretty, I believe, but they win 5-1. So we saw big games from Marchessault. Nicholas Waugh continues to play well, but a couple goals from Marchessault was good news for them. A couple of assists from Marchessault or from Roy was really good. Peter Angelo, I think, is going to be the engine. And you can see Robin Lehner made 38 saves, Pierre. So there was a lot of shots on him.
Yeah. Honestly, he make a good save over there. Lehner have a good season so far. You have to give him credit for what he has right now. Vegas, if they can hang in there what they have, like I said, they will hang in there anyway. Without Stone, I think they're starting to work without them. Unfortunately, both of them now on the long-term injury reserve, so that's a big news. That's a good news for Stone. Return that, but at the end of the day, it's again Ottawa is 2 problems: the defensive side and also the goaltender situation over there. That's bad to see.
Ottawa needs a goalie.
So that's what they are. So unfortunately about that. On the flip side, I feel like the next one is going to be on the long term. Is going to be Carlson. So that's another one is going to be out of the lineup. And but again, the way they played last night with no them, you know what I mean? Like it's Nicolas West step up right now. He played first line yesterday. He scored, and so it's they're that they have right now, and they find a way to find a game. And it's a team learn from Gérard Galland. It's all about the work ethic. It's all about working hard and every time. That's what happened for that part of that. And Peter Dobert continues what he does with them.
Great coaching by him and Spotter.
But again, like it's Smith, Marchessault, and those a kid like that, Stephenson, every time that it's great to see the young kids, Jake Lishon, to be a part of this part right now. He's he's the son of Curtis, so it's good to see him over there. So it's that team's going to be like good game, bad game. It can be consistency, I think, David. But again, their defense is really special. Pietrangelo, Martinez, Theodore, McNabb, Hag. They're hanging there right now. So that's good. They missed right now. White Cloud is under one a long-term injury. They have about $30 million on injury list right now. That's pretty amazing.
That's crazy.
And he's still winning.
This is nuts. 27 mil. And you talked about Carlson, you talked about White Cloud. So I don't know. This looks rough right now.
And Nolan Patrick and White Cloud are the injury reserve. They not put Carlson yet. And you have all those 4+ at the bottom there. So you talk about 26, 20, 26. They have more. This, Michael, they have $33 million because you don't calculate right now Carlson at $6 million.
Yep. So there's 33. And if we're saying,
that's crazy.
33.
Magic Lucas back in the house today. Welcome aboard, Magic and Corey Hill, the number 1 for the Ottawa Senators. I can't wait to wait his comments about Corey. What do you think about your team yesterday? About that one there. Banamuki, Corey Tkachuk is the new captain about the Senator. Thanks to information. But yes, he is at that moment. So glad to see each one of you guys. The one thing we ask you, please don't forget to click on the like. That's what the only thing we're looking for. That'd be awesome if you can listen. Share this with your friends. Tell them the morning show, Escape Morning Show is great. And Steve G from Colorado Avalanche. Bonjour tout le monde. Hi, Steve. How you doing, buddy? Thanks to join us this morning from Denver, directly for the Denver area.
No, this is bad news for Columbus, but I think they'll be okay. But still, it's disappointing because he had a really good
bad news.
4 to 6 weeks. That's rough.
It was expect that. It was reevaluated yesterday. The news now just get out. So, that's happened about that 4 6 weeks.
So Bud the Monkey says Aaron Ekblad leads all D-men in goals. I didn't notice that. And Forsling leads them all with assists. Really?
So why you want Tyson Barrie, Bud?
Well, I think actually Sider has 9 assists. So that's not true. So Forsling
talk about his team.
Yeah. This was a great game. It looked like Florida was going to run the table, and then Capitals showed. I mean, they got grit and they came back, and
that was a great game. Honestly, it was like up and down, and I have a chance watching between Montreal to Minnesota. But for me, it's like again, Ovechkin, 1 goal, 2 assists, is 740 goal in NHL. Michael, 1 goal behind Brett Hall. That would be the next milestone for him. And you know what? I was impressed for me. What is impressive, Ovechkin? He's on mission right now because he carried on that team. And he's smiling. When you see the goal of Connor McMichael score his first goal in NHL, he was the first one jumping on him and celebrate like he was his first goal, his own goal. So I love what I see, the body language. On, you know what, Michael? Like the last couple of years, look how Carey Price and Ovechkin, example, they grow as the more mature people. And, both of them became more husband and father, get kids, everything like that. You can see Ovechkin is completely another person as a human being behind everything. And that's for me, that's the most for me, the most transformation about Ovechkin. He showed again last night. He just to be loved, to be on the ice. Whatever, he just enjoy it. And he showed this on the goal in the corner. And that's what for me, that's what I love to see those guys, older players now, they become that kind of, Michael, 10 goals in 10 games. He's on the pace right now to get 80 goals.
Yeah. Which,
37 years old.
He looks like physically he could do that. Like he doesn't look like any deterioration in his physical athletic ability at 36. I think the reality is there still were problems in the bubble with this team. But I think it's good news because Kuznetsov had a good start and he did. So I'm hoping that the coaches influenced them to take things seriously because we heard more stories last year. They had an early exit. They're playing great now. Let's see it in the playoffs because they're very capable. They got depth. If Backstrom comes back, then that's going to be good news. But yeah,
the second day I was said to you, like, and Bud McKee mentioned, I apologize, I didn't mention, but they lost Sergei Popesky, Michael, during the game, so it'd be interesting to see what he has, his upper body injury, and he's going to be reevaluated. Won't see that. It's already they practice right now at the big rink, and Knight, Connington, and someone else was early before everybody show up, but it would be interesting to follow up with that injury for Sergei Popesky. We know Knight what he can do, but at the end of the day, we always said a goaltender, and unfortunately it's sad because Popesky, Michael, have an amazing, great year so far. Won the top with Anderson, and you know what I mean. So, you never know.
Yeah.
By the way, because we forgot about this, and I said this at Sergachev, you have an A ring today by the NHL safety on the shoulder contact head with Mitch Marner yesterday. So it'll be interesting to see if he's going to get suspended or whatever it is. So I just want to sever there about that. And we have now from Sweden, Michael, Stefan Manberg, directly from Stockholm this week, Michael. Celebration of his daddy father birthday. So thanks to see him about that.
Happy birthday.
And I just want to mention to you guys, I love you guys a lot. Me, I'm just I just enjoy each one of you. Velio said 10 minutes ago, I have to go, guys. and
He's
he
still
did not
here.
left yet because he enjoy it. He have a good time, and that's what we are, Michael. Michael, we could talk hockey all day long, and
For
that's
sure.
for me to see a guy like him right now hanging there a little bit longer because, geez, I enjoy it. I love fun. It's not us. They talk each other. That's the
Yep.
beauty of what we do, Michael. Is to have a good people,
Community.
quality people here. It's not about the numbers, the people that each one of you participate here. So I just want to mention this, but absolutely right.
Well, Vallejo says, doesn't Washington always have a great regular season? I think they do. I personally, I've seen Ovechkin as everybody else has for a long time. I've seen him live 4 times. Every time I couldn't deal with it. Drove me nuts. He is older. He does have a family. I think he's motivated by personal numbers. That's why he scores so many goals. He loves scoring goals. He loves the game. Let's see what they do in the playoffs. I think that's what it'll come down to because they're mature.
Yeah, and also his wife, his son was there last night. If they play at home, they live
I'll bring
here
him every
in
game.
Florida, so it's another source of motivation. But is a guy grow the right way, and I'm proud. It's fun to see that.
Vallejo says he's participating from the outside. But the monkey says Mikhail Sergachev is one of the dirtier players and doesn't get caught. Well, he got caught last night, right? So
I'll be honest with you right now, all right? And I will see what happening about it. I have to wait, but I'm not sure yet if he was the head.
No.
So I'm going to see what the NHL is going to. Michael, when you do something like that, you have an explanation, whatever is no suspension, everything like that. And I want to see this before, but I'm 50-50 about that one over there. It looked like worse when you see right away and you see the replay. But for me, I believe it's the middle of that one over there. But so I don't know. I will see.
Well, we're gonna find out. Tom Wilson scored the game-winning goal. I think that was his first goal of the season, wasn't it? Hoffman and Toffoli are easily tradable. Would you do a trade at the deadline? Probably. I would probably move them. I don't know. Toffoli signed for less than he could have got elsewhere. I think he really wanted to play in Montreal, but you see what he is. Like, he's a real good goal scorer. He needs a playmaker on his line to really be most effective, because when he's handling the puck a lot, it's not what you want from him. He's not super fast. And I think the speed really kind of mutes his ability, but he's a great goal scorer. I mean, someone you were mentioning yesterday, like, someone that has great centermen that can get him the puck, like, he could really finish.
Yeah.
Go to Colorado, and that might be a good fit. It'll take Ovi 3 to 4 years to pass Gretzky. I hope it never happens. But I think
it will happen, but you just take a little bit longer for sure. You'll see what could happen. Injury, something like that could happen. But I'll be honest with you. For me, he's going to beat it.
Well, so Jarmo, Louis Strainen got the game-winning goal, though, right? In overtime, and that's, I think, what the good karma is. He took the high stick, and then he goes into overtime and scores the game-winning goal in the Florida game.
And this, I want to mention this, Jarmo and everybody. First of all, Corey Hill is right about he think he's going to beat Wayne Gretzky, so it'll be interesting. But he played that level. But Michael, I want to mention this. We talked a lot about Andrew Brunette yesterday, everything like that, and he's really scoped right now about scrutiny by the people watching what he's doing, everything like that, Coach CANVA, everything like that. But you want to talk about a coach right now. That's his third game in NHL, Michael, behind the bench, maybe 4, but I think that's where he is. Right? You have Barkov, Huberdeau, right? And then you have Reinhardt. You have all those guys, the kind of player, top 6 over there. They can play Varehi, Duclair. He put Lehner in. So that show one thing for me. How he trusts his player and how he believes. This is the biggest. That's not the W I want talking about him. I want to talk about how the player loved to have a coach like this, where they say he have a confidence on me, he believe on me, and he give me that little chance and I score. So for me, team bonding, the role, accept your role, and that's what is all in. For me, this is the biggest move on Andrew Brunette right now, and I didn't right now. I don't think so he's going nowhere the way he did it yesterday. Again, he just show what kind of coach he is, and he know about this. They know his player. He know who they are, and I have to give credit because this is really where. And you think about this, it was forcing on the ice with him also. So that show exactly what he does. That show exactly what he does. Brunette and everything like that. And look about this kid, 9 assists right now in
I
NHL.
know.
Just an amazing, great under part. But for me, it was just I try to see guys the other side of the eyes of the game and not always see eh, like most of the fans. So, but for me, it's the little details of the coach. That's what he did yesterday. That showed me a lot of respect, a lot of great confidence he has on his players. And it's not about the line; it's about your role. And he well done by Andrew Brunette. If I was a 3-star of the game, he deserved one of the 3-star yesterday for sure about that one there.
So Pierre, Yarmo and Vallejo have been talking about getting us some Musta Makara. Do you know what this is?
I'm sorry again.
It's called Musta Makara, and I think it's a Finnish blood sausage. I don't know why you're giving us Finnish blood sausage.
Mustard?
Musta Makara. I looked it up, and it's
Musta
a type.
Makara.
Yeah. So this is a Finnish blood sausage. I don't know why they want to give this to us, but I'm not going to say no because I like sausage, but that's what that is. So that's interesting. Things that we learn from our friends in Finland.
It's not look delicious.
It might be though.
Yeah.
Apparently it's very rare. All right. Well,
it looks like you are correct, Michael. That's what they said.
There you go. Google's correct. Makes you strong, says Auntie. So I think they're all on board.
I'm sure it makes you strong.
I'll eat it. I'm down for any sausage. All right. So Pittsburgh Penguins. No Crosby, no Sullivan, no problem.
It's not matter who they're missing. It's a matter how do you play. And that's exactly, it's not about the talents, about how you play. And that's simple again. And they prove it again. This is a big loss for Philadelphia. And every point count, Michael, in that division. Every game count for them. It's always a battle of 4 points. And this, I'm sure the Flyers was not happy after that one. And they have to tie the game at the end to get out this. But again, to last again, a team missing so many pieces of puzzle, Michael, that's really not great for the Flyers. We cannot complain too much because he's doing well. One thing I would say to you, I'm happy for Konechny after a really difficult 18 months, I would say to you.
Yeah.
He's starting to get who he is when he comes under 4 goals. So it's good to see him with 8.9 Michael and 9 game and Giroud captain continues also. But you don't want to players go down and you don't feel, So it's good to see that Travis to play that level and
yeah. So I don't know if you know, this guy was a first overall draft pick in the OHL. He was a late pick by Ron Hextall. Not a big guy, but I think, you're right. He, before the lock or the, when they had to pause everything and go into the bubble, he was playing very well. And most nights he looked like he was the best player in Philadelphia. Last year, not so much. Definitely not so much. So I think it's good that he's back on track. Our friends say that the Musta Makara is from Tampere, where Barkov and Laine are from. And Steve G says it makes you like a bull.
No, I go a bit lower. You guys, it's more. You're funny.
Oh my goodness!
That's so funny about that. Unfortunately, Detroit, they were looking for good for the first 6 games. Now they struggle a lot, unfortunately. But again, Michael, it's like anything; they struggle with injuries, so it's not. You cannot complain too much. So.
Well, I don't know if the Larkin thing's an injury because they said it was for personal reasons, and I haven't heard any update on that. He's missed 2 games now.
Yeah, I don't know.
So that's kind of weird. Do you think that Tkachuk is too immature to be captain? I don't think so.
I'll be honest with you. At some point, you can say this because he's 21 years old, Michael. Right. The second thing I would say on the reverse part of the monkey, the team is young. So they don't have a lot of veterans like 30, 31, 34, and you have like 7 or 8 of them. It's more like 20 to 25. So he's hanging there. First, also, the way he play, he carry on the team. He showed the team the work ethic. He bring a lot on the table over there. So, yes, at some point, he's only 21, right? But on the flip side, on the ice, he show exactly what he should be. And, I think for me, it's not about immature. It's just the way it is, and the team is young, so he's going to be captain for many years. They give
Yeah,
him a great contract. He wants
I
to
think
be
it's great.
there, and everything's settled down the right way for the Ottawa Senator, Michael. And I
Yeah,
don't see anybody else can be a captain over there other
no,
than him. Um, right now, it could be like this. I think the same thing could happen with Gallagher a couple of years ago. I think they make a mistake to get Max Pacioretty and not Gallagher, and now it was Weber, so you have no chance for Gallagher. But that's what
yeah.
you need. You need a guy like that, you carry on the team, everything on that, show on the off ice, on ice, and with time, by the monkey, it will have no problem. I don't think so. It's immature.
Bud the Monkey asked, why did Philly give away Ghost to Bear? I'd like to answer this. Because his name, Ghost, is the way he plays in the defensive zone. He's invisible.
Yeah, it's something like that. Unfortunately, it reminds me a lot of Eric Gustafsson.
Yeah,
When
he's
I
just
said
like
that,
that.
both of them have a great year, right?
Yeah,
60 point, or you have an amazing great year, and they never after that do the same kind of productivity on the offensive side. Well, they have some talent
brutally.
over there, but their problem, like anybody, a lot of player defense, they have forward, they play great on offense, they
Yeah.
struggle on defensive side, and both of them do not win the battle. They don't win the, get a puck every time that. So for them, that's what they are. Unfortunately, by the monkey for that, and it's sad, but yeah, okay, it's a
There's the
personal
same.
reason. It was not, so he's still a little bit longer. Is it? We don't know yet exactly
Yeah,
what's going on.
we don't know what's going on. All right, this game, Pierre, I don't know if you watched the Calgary Dallas game. This was a great game. Both teams played well. It's seesawed back and forth. We saw a terrific game from Miro Hesakainen, who got 3 assists. Matthew Tkachuk was in there. Lucic scores again, Pierre. He gets his 3rd of the year. He's really, I was thinking about it. It's like, James Neal washed out in Edmonton, but Milan Lucic has kind of held on to his career and continues to contribute there. There was some really interesting moments last night. There was a bad call on the goaltender Markstrom playing the puck, and they responded by Nikita Zadorov going up and scoring a goal 4-on-4. You could see, I think this team, Calgary, is really dialed in. And then in overtime, Jamie Benn with his goal was like absolutely roofed it. It was a great shot over Markstrom. I don't think anybody was stopping that shot. This was a lot of fun to watch. 2 pretty big, gritty teams. I think both these teams are set up really well for the playoffs. I mean, I'm surprised to say that about Calgary, but I think that the Sutter thing is actually working out pretty well. They're tough to play against. They don't give up. They want to win every shift. And when you got a team that has that type of determination, I think that's the opposite of what we're seeing in Detroit. Like we saw it early where they were competing. They're not competing every shift. Calgary, man, when things get tough, they play physical. They really make it hard.
For me, it's like this game showed me a little bit who they are. So you have a team right now at what they Denver, Dallas. Michael is a team you need those guys. It's all about Iskanen. It's all about Seguin. It's all about Radulov. It's about Ben. And you see those score sheet yesterday. On the flip side, Zadorov finally show up a little bit more about that. He scored his first goal. He scored he scored it. But my problem for Calgary, I find out yesterday more. The other like Anderson, Michael, they don't have anybody to carry on the puck. So when you go to an overtime, you don't have anybody as a defenseman. They put that Danev, you stop. You don't have anybody right now to see. Like in Denver, they with Dallas, they respond with Eskinen, with Klemberg, and we turn that. And when you go back with them, they don't have anything. It is flat, to be honest with you. So that will be a problem for them at some point. But Max Strom on the last goal was not great on the shot of Jimmy Benn. Is a shot he should stop over there. I believe about that one. Of course, the penalty you talk about, it was a little bit at the limits. I believe the replay was showing the building, and he showed to the ref he was play the puck and the goal line. That's a rule maybe nobody understands, but the goaltender cannot play the puck outside the 2 line, outside behind the goal line. And the only way, if he go in the corner like he did, you have to play the puck behind the goal line, outside the 2 line. Anyway, it's a little bit complicated. We don't have the board.
I never get it.
But that's what happening to him. And honestly, he start his swing. He start as a pass from the goal line. He finished over, and unfortunately, the ref Michael, it was on the wrong side. It was like under the side of the net, so he, he interpreted that one over there. But two team physical over there, two teams doing well. You know what I mean? Like the inconsistent Dallas is who they are, and they stopped the skill. What 6 game last or something like no 4 game I believe. There was no point for the last couple of, no wins the last couple of games. So happening on the same side, Flames did not last, but they tie up the last 2 games again Nashville and again Dallas, where they drop 2 points there. They should get about that one over there. So about this, and then talking about Badamoki, he talked about it's very quiet on that side. So I don't know if the injury bothered him from last year.
He's squeezing his stick, man.
He still struggled a lot.
He had 3 shots last night. He was like right up there trying, and he missed one opportunity. He's just like looking up and mad. So he's squeezing his stick. He's frustrated. I don't know if there's an injury, but I think he's playing well on the ice if you watch him, but not getting the job done. So I think he's a little frustrated. I got to think that's going to change soon because he's not lazy. He's working hard and he's getting opportunities, but I think he's just like a little snake bitten, as they say. This team should be doing better, Pierre.
Yes, but they just find out, Klember back and Robinson back, so that way helping them. They missed the most of the season since the beginning of the year, so they're just back like the last 3 games. So it's the time to come in, but it's a team right now. They have to find a way to stay in the race. Again, we complain about them now. They are 500. They are 442.
They are. They just feel like they should be a little bit like they're very, very deep. They're a big team. They got lots of offense. 4 great defensemen, and Thomas Harley looked good last night.
But at the end of the day, they just have something missing. At the end of the day, it's not bad. We just we expect. 1 or 2 game, Michael, and they are right now 6. They are like 6-3, 6-2. So it's just like the fact they miss Klember and they miss Robinson. That's changed completely. So for me, I'm not too much nervous about them. It's just like they're inconsistent. 1 game there, 1 game lost, 1 game win, 1 game lost, and that's what they are. 500.
This is my only problem, and I always look at them because when the coach was younger. And in the NHL, he was always like that type of guy. It was like a 500 coach. And in those days, 500 was okay. But it's not okay now if you want to be a playoff team. So I kind of worry a little bit about Rick Bowness. They exhibit this thing where they're on and off. And they did that last year and they missed. And I realized they had injuries and they had a long playoff run before that. But I kind of worry a little bit about that. I don't know what the answer is to solve it. But, right now, they kind of look like they're a bubble team, and I think they should be a little better than that.
Yeah. Mo called the game yesterday, Michael, 4-3 for Dallas, and
good job.
He finished the night with 6-3, and then Andy finished with 5-4, and we have our friend also Steve finished with 6-3. They are the one participate at the show at 5:00. He gave all the scores, so I gave them all the result the next day. So 6-3, 6-3, and 5-4. I don't want to mention this, but and Ottawa has some problem also last night with 5-4. And Confrenchi have a beautiful, nice night with in Ottawa they have 6-3. I beat everybody last night 7-2.
Oh boy,
I hit the jackpot last night.
Kelly says hi to the Canadian Giant and Eater Tap.
Hey.
There was an earlier comment, and it covers your face on the screen, so just hang on 1 sec. Corey Hill said, oh, no, it's good. Brady Tkachuk is not immature. I don't know why he's saying that. Brady has a sense of humor and loves the fan base. I don't think he's immature at all, Pierre. I think he's a guy that stands up for his teammates. He goes to hard areas of the ice. Guys like him because he's got a sense of humor. He's physically mature. And he was buddies with, the guy that should be their franchise player someday, which is Tim Stützle. So I think it's a good choice, and I think this is going to last a long time.
And he got right about that. When I said immature, it's not about immature; it's about the age. That's it.
Yeah, he's young.
Me was just the age. That's it. Because
somebody else said immature. I think,
like Nicole Shari, I was 22, 23. Yeah. Remember those Joe Sakic? There was a young age. Yeah, he's not the first one. It's just at that age, but he
He
show a
might
lot
have-
of maturity because that's what he do. So at the end of the day, it's exactly Corey absolutely right about that. I think that's what Buddy Monkey was questioned about that.
So Steve G, I'm a Detroit Red Wings. Sadly, as a Detroit Red Wings fan, it's been 9 painful years of nonsense. If you stretch back, that's how long they've been bad. So that's been a little rough. I like Edmonton. I liked Chicago before. I'm a little bit disappointed what's going on there. Those are kind of my teams for the most part. And then I just love the game, and I worked with the Everett Silvertips as a U.S. scout. Do I watch any other sports? I watch basketball. And I watch MMA. All right. So the other game that was interesting was the Seattle Kraken last night. Buffalo Sabres trade Jack Eichel, and then they get spanked. They don't get a lot in return for Eichel. They get some good players. I'm waiting for Peyton Krebs to come in. I think he'll be an energetic guy that can contribute. I don't think he's a franchise type player. Tage Thompson, though, looks very good still for this team. I think it's good that he's healthy because he really struggled with injuries. He's kind of the big piece that was in the Ryan O'Reilly trade a number of years ago. And you can see, like, game in, game out, he's very good. He's a big guy with good skill. But last night, the story was Jordan Eberle getting a hat trick. He played great for the Kraken. They looked really good. Great goal from Morgan Geekie early on. And Alex Wenberg had a very good game for them. So I think Buffalo, we've seen they've been slowing down after a really good start, and the personnel are now reflecting the results, I think. Tokarski played great, though. He played really well early on. It kind of fell apart at the end, but I don't.
He struggled as the third player. He make a good save at the second period to keep the team the score 2-2. Buffalo now you can see the lack of the talent, a couple injuries around. That's make a big run, but great performance. Jordan Eberle, hat-trick, and also Schwartz have a 3-point yesterday, and so that's good to see that the intensity, the constance with that. Danev, Gord over there, and the fans collaborate a lot inside that building. Everything is great in Seattle. It's great watching. They are a team work. They're all the blue collar players over there, and they don't give a goal now. Gruber is looking better and better every game, and the quadra over there, the Larson, Oleksiak, Joe Dano, and is getting better and better over there. So you have a better connection. The player did not play together in the past. Now you can see they play better all together. So that's good. But the funny thing yesterday was
the Grubauer assist.
No, Ramis Dalin after the goal. He shot the puck and he fall at the same time. This is on social media everywhere. Everybody laugh about this after the goal. He just tried to slap the puck and he missed, and then he fouled after that. So it was something happening about it.
Michael Rosenblatt's going to Atlanta today. Is that for hockey?
I don't know if he's going there for hockey. I don't know. Something I'm familiar with it also. So it'll be interesting where he is in. Sir, Paul Dallin something for sharing. Sorry, you Red Wing fans. But McKenna, honestly, that was funny, coach. He missed the puck. It fell. Yeah, exactly what happening. So everybody, Michael, this morning was about that situation.
It's his brother's
birthday.
There you go.
I say him happy birthday to your brother and say hi to your dad, Sergio Rosenblatt. Great family, Michael. Great family, great dad, amazing, great dad. So I'm happy to know him very well. So that's good to see that about that one.
Yeah. Happy birthday to him. Well, the Sharks are 6-4-0, Pierre, but I think the 4 has been more recent. After a good start, they seem to be falling back a little bit here. The Blues are a real tough team to play against.
On the flip side, you have to give one thing, right? It's a back-to-back game, Michael. So it's really hard. They struggled all game. They were fighting. The good thing about this, Michael, they never gave up. And the goaltender was his first game, and he can see shaky on the shot in the goal. Logan Couture. After that, he came calm down. I think they talked to him between the first, second period. You can see what happening for him. He's changed a little bit, but he was not pretty. Everything was hard for him to stop. I think the nervousness. He was so nervous. I think he was trying the best he can. He made a couple of good saves at the first period, but again, San Jose find a way to get out. It was funny because 2 goals on shot and done. one for each team yesterday, and offer tried to get it was an emergency loan goalie right there. But again, St. Louis again they find a way to come back at some point, and some veterans step up. You talk about Brendan Saad. You talk about James Neal score a second goal there. Buchnevich starting to get a little bit better and better. And San Jose on the flip side, Michael Peace missed a couple of puzzles there because of injuries, COVID-19. Carlson's not there, and you can see that's France over there. But he scored the empty goal, Michael Robert Thomas yesterday. Yeah. His first goal of the year, right? But I'll be honest with you, he could score he should have 5-6 goals. He has so many opportunities. Robert Thomas, the last 2 games for me, is maybe the best player for them. Not on the score sheet, but on how he play, Michael. You can see right now he's just getting better and better. A little bit off from Neighbord and Kiru at that moment. Both of them struggle a little bit. But again, other players step up. And that's what you need, Michael, when it's a back-to-back game, right? You need to have other players step up, and that's happening to them yesterday. So, a great W to get out that San Jose with this, and you have to give them credit.
Yeah, so I don't know if you know, Joel Hofford was a Team Canada goalie. I think he's a really quality NHL prospect. He's not ready yet. He needs time. He was a top goalie for the Portland Winterhawks in the WHL.
He struggled on number. If you look at his stat, he don't have a great stat overall as a career. In WHL, that's last season he played there was good. He played a part of that team, but again, in the AHL, he struggled on number, and that's where he is, honestly.
He's a goalie that's going to need time. He's a big goalie. He's a little bit skinny right now still, and I think he's a guy that when he's 24. Then you're starting to look at him. But he has a 1.74 this year in the AHL, 3 wins and 1 loss, 936 save percentage. So that's going in the right direction. He played in Utica last year, so you can see the upward trend here. He's only played 14 games in the AHL, Pierre, I guess 15. So he's going to take time, but I think he's a really good goalie prospect for them. And I don't know if you know, but his brother Ryan actually plays for the Everett Silvertips. So Ryan Hofer is a centerman with our team. There's a little bit of a connection there. He's, oh my gosh, what's going on? Yeah, big centerman for us. And we really like him. He's got 4 points in 8 games for us. Well, Pierre, what do we got on tap tonight? Do we have many games? We usually have 3 or 4 games on a Friday, right? So we got Blackhawks versus Jets, 1-8-2. The Blackhawks have played better the last 2 games since Patrick Kane's come back. The Jets seem to be kind of squeaking along. I think they have Scheifele back, but not Wheeler. This is a big game to me. I'm excited about this one. Rangers versus Oilers. Oilers are a wrecking ball right now, and the Rangers are looking real strong under Gerard Gallant. So this is going to be a great game, I think. Predators back to 500. Canucks trying to get to 500, so that'll be an interesting game. Will the Coyotes get a win tonight versus the Anaheim Ducks?
That'll be interesting to see that.
I will say one thing. The Czech goalie, his numbers are pretty good. They're not too bad.
You're hanging there, yes.
So this is a good thing long-term for them. They are nowhere near being – I don't know what's going to take to get a win, but this might be their best opportunity. Ducks are very inconsistent. The Devils and Kings, the Kings are clawing their way back towards 500, so they've been playing a lot better lately. The one player in the minor, the guy that has been playing well in the NHL is Artur Kaliev, but the one guy in the minors that I think's got to get called up sooner than later is Jarrett Anderson-Dolan. He played well last year. If you extend Anderson-Dolan's numbers, he would be a 15 goal scorer in a full season. They send him to the AHL. I thought he had a good camp, but obviously they didn't because they have a lot of depth body-wise. I think he's a little over a point a game right now in the AHL. I would anticipate he's going to come up sooner than later. I don't think Jack Hughes is back for like another 4 or 5 weeks, right? So Devils still without Jack Hughes. So that doesn't help.
They missed Edmonton's going to miss Hamilton tonight. But first game of Alexander Holtz tonight. So it'll be interesting to see Holtz tonight for the Devils. So number 10. So I can wait to see him tonight play hockey. So it'd be great to see him. They called up him yesterday. So we're being sent. On the flip side, yeah, Los Angeles doing well. They won the last 3 games, I believe, and everything looked good over there. About that one, then and Shake Run does not do well for Arizona, and
Yeah.
I will put Michael link over there. Hold on. For the people want to see, we did not talk about the Montreal Canadian, but if people
Yeah.
want to see the goal, I gave them an explanation about
Did you want to talk
each
about the
goal.
Canadians? I
So
wasn't.
what I did over there, I put the game so you can click on it and
Okay.
watching this. It's no voice. I just showed to you guys why the reason happening, the goal, everything like that, and why. Because yesterday, Michael, we have to mention this because we do this.
Obviously.
Every time we have a player with -3 or worse, we mentioned this, they got stopped. And yesterday, Christian Dvorak and Mike Hoffman -5, Josh Anderson -4. So they are the stealer of the night yesterday, Michael. So you can see why they was struggle. It's just a bad coverage and defensive zone. Unfortunately, Jake Allen was not great overall. Also get removed, Michael, after the 40 minutes for the Montreal Canadiens. 4 goals yesterday. Patrice Bergeron, the first star of the night, with also 4 assists of Brett Marchand. And finally, Brooke Nelson have, of course,
Nelson.
4 goals yesterday. And also, finally, first hat trick in the history of the Seattle Kraken. All good to yep, Jordan Eberle over there. So that give them 5 abs with -3 or more. Yes, exactly what happened over there. We go to talk about the Rangers Oilers, Michael. That's the live stream we do tonight for the Hockey National Show. So I'm going to go that one. And then 5 o'clock Eastern time, we're going to find our friend in our tab. We invite everybody to join us and participate to the score of the night of each one of us. We'll do that. Everybody like it more and more now, so you can join us, give your score. We took note of your score and we give the report and on the live the same night, the same day, the next day. So that's what we do about that. And that's pretty much, I think, for everybody. I think we don't forget, if before you leave, to click on the likes. That'd be awesome. Panthers got rolled a backup idea goal. What wave that's happening in it, showed my friend Bud. And on top, Yamo and Corey. It could be other people, Steve, Kelly, and Andy, and maybe Leo left also, and Yamo and everyone. Thank you so much to join us this morning and to be a part of the Hockey Nation Live Show. We appreciate your support. Canadian John at the beginning of the show. What about Michael Robinson? Came start hard. It was hot this morning at the beginning of the show. And we wish you, if you don't see you tonight or tomorrow, wish you an amazing, great weekend, Michael, and the rest of the family. And we look forward to see you Monday morning at 11 o'clock with Michael Leverano for the Morning Skate Show. Have an amazing, great weekend, everybody.
Thanks, Pierre.